See, we live? We're live.
Yo, yo.
What's going on, everybody? So, wanted to thank you all for 1,000 subscribers. I truly appreciate it. So today is gonna be like a little bit of a special. I'm gonna be reacting to my predictions at the beginning of the football season. So, then maybe we could do a little bit of a tier list. I mean, that could also be one. Just let me know what you guys want to see. So we'll get right into this. We'll skip the intro. There we go.
So we're
that
basically
is
going to
loud.
be going by division, just predicting who's going to win each division. Then I'll give you my award picks. Some of them have changed, some of them have not from my previous video. And then I'm going to give you my 2 conference championship predictions. Beginning with the NFC West, I got the
I just shouldn't predict football anymore. I literally just should not predict football anymore. I picked the Seahawks to go last place. All right.
Seattle Seahawks in 4th place because I just don't think Sam Darnold is a everyday starter. He showed a lot of flashes over.
That's right. I still think he's not an everyday starter. I think he's coasting off of the good weapons, but I don't know what to think about Sam Darnold, honestly.
In Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and keyword Kevin O'Connell in that sentence that made him strive and fit where he fit in that offense. Now that he's in Seattle without that great system, I don't think that he's going to be good enough because no disrespect to JSN or Cooper Kupp, but they are a big downgrade from Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. Alongside, they have no tight end. They barely have an offensive line outside of Gray Zabel.
That's actually not true. The Seahawks O-line's actually been a lot better than I expected this year. Dude, I'm already pissed.
Don't think that the Seahawks have a good enough roster to finish anything but 4th place. Next up in 3rd place,
Oh, why? Why is it every time? I can't get anything right. Look at this. I already went like 0 for 2.
thought really hard about this one, but I am gonna go with the last season because of their roster. But now they got plagued by injuries last year. Like CMC doesn't have any Achilles. Brandon Ayuk got shot even. Like the 49ers just always have something wrong with them, and I just don't think that their roster is gonna be.
And yet they still go 12-5 this year somehow. But I don't know, man. I'm already pissed.
Healthy enough for them to make a bounce back. Next up in 2nd place, I got the
Oh my God. The Cardinals I thought would finish ahead of the Seahawks and the Niners. Holy. Where did I go wrong?
The Arizona Cardinals just getting the slight notch over the San Francisco 49ers. Cardinals, I mean, they have a lot of potential. They beefed up their defensive line, adding Walter Nolan. They got their star corner in Will,
who barely played, and I barely heard barely heard anything out of Walter Nolan this year.
Johnson, who has been looking great in practice.
True.
Trey McBride already looking like one of the best tight ends in the league.
And looking forward, he is a top 5 candidate for Offensive Player of the Year. But that's neither here or there.
Beefed up their offensive line. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think we're going to see a big step up from him. It just really depends. Can Kyler Murray return to that 2020 form that we once saw him in?
Nope, he got benched for Jacoby Brissett.
If he can do that, then the Cardinals actually might win the division, not even kidding you. But for now, I don't quite have them passing the Los Angeles Rams just yet. The Rams just are a team that continues to surprise me every single year, and I know because we are the Eagles and we barely lost to them or barely beat them in the play.
Well, I predicted the Rams would be good, but I did not expect Matt Stafford to be a freaking MVP candidate. I mean, I don't think anyone expected that, but I mean, here you go.
Playoffs. Matt Stafford continues to drink from the fountain of youth. Just added Devontae Adams. Puka Nacua is always going to be a stud. They drafted Terrence Ferguson. But the thing that makes me drool over the Rams the most is their defensive line. Oh my goodness.
And their defensive line was actually one of the best this year. Jared Verse, Byron Young, it goes on and on. Kobe Turner, it goes on and on and on and on.
Their defensive line was so much better than expected last year. Jared Verse and Braden Fisk coming in the top 5 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. It honestly made everybody forget that Aaron Donald was ever gone. And if we see even a fraction of that this year, then the Rams are no doubt going to win. A pretty easy one here. I got the Browns finishing in last place.
Yep, now we're on to the AFC North. Yeah, the Browns. Now, there's one thing I got right.
Just because they're the Browns. They're an incompetent franchise. We don't know who their quarterback's going to be. God, who knows who's going to be their quarterback. Jerome Ford, I don't think moves the needle. They don't really have a receiver game. Like, Jerry Jeudy's their only one. Wyatt Teller, Joel, but...
And yet, Jerry Jeudy barely had above 600 yards this year. So, I mean, I was right about something.
Antonio are getting older. Myles Garrett barely even wants to stay there. Denzel Ward barely even wants to stay there. Like, the Browns are a mess right now. And I would be shocked if they even placed higher than 4th place. Or I would be shocked if they weren't the worst team in the AFC, in my opinion. All right, coming in 3rd place, I do have the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
Well, can you really blame me? Can you really blame anyone for thinking that the Steelers would finish in 3rd place? Like what? Oh, these are already so bad.
And listen, will they probably go 9-8, finish 2nd, and make the wild card? Yes, probably. But am I gonna?
And yet I'm being stubborn.
No, I gotta go against Mike Tomlin this year, man. This roster, if anything, is probably a downgrade from last year. DK Metcalf's a stud, but Aaron Rodgers, man, the dude looks old at this point. He literally does. He looks like an 80-year-old man playing football. They did add Jonas Smith, though. I'll give him that. They did add Jalen Ramsey, but I don't really think that moves the needle as much as you think. They just extended T.J. Watt, so he's going to be there for a while. But I don't think the Steelers are going to get any worse playing-wise. I think they're record-wise, but I just think the top 2 teams in the division are going to be tough to get by. Which means coming in 2nd place, I got the Cincinnati Bengals. Now,
nope. Just no. I mean, Bengals, I had no idea Joe Burrow was going to get hurt. I mean, let's actually be real. We all thought that Joe Burrow was going to get hurt at some point.
Hold on. I know most Bengals fans are going to be coming for my head. I get that. Joe Burrow, awesome. Jamar Chase, awesome. Great. T. Higgins, awesome. Great. But worst defense in football, by far. Trey Hendrickson's getting mad. You barely signed a rookie to a rookie contract. Your offensive line's still one of the worst in the league. It takes
just to
offense to function. Like, that's why.
Just to clarify, I don't really remember any of these. This is my first time really watching it, so just to clarify that.
Guys lost last year, and I don't really think you guys did enough to your defense to really make me move the guys' needle for me. I can't get behind it. Which means coming in 1st place, obviously, I got the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are gonna rule this division for a little while. At least.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish this was the reality, but it is just not. Just fired John Harbaugh, excuse me. I'll be right back with you guys real quick. Just fired Jim Harbaugh. John Harbaugh. I don't know why I keep getting them freaking mixed up. And just missed the playoffs. And the thing about it is that there were a lot of people, including RBT, believe it or not, that actually predicted the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. And now that's just not the reality.
At least until they win a Super Bowl, which might be this year, but I'm not going to spoil anything. Lamar Jackson. Somehow Derrick Henry got more beefed up from last year. They added DeAndre Hopkins, a solid number 2 or 3 position. And they might have one of, if not the best secondary in the NFL. Jair Alexander.
They didn't keep Jair Alexander, and their secondary was probably one of, if not the worst in the league, to be realistic.
Kyle Hamilton. Just added Malachi Starks. They got Nate Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey, the best run defense in football. Like, the Ravens have all the aspects. They have all the tools to win a Super Bowl and definitely to win their division. But just Lamar has got to stop being so terrible in the playoffs. Which brings us to the AFC South. Coming in last place, obviously, I got the Indianapolis Colts.
I was right to an extent, but looking back at it now, they are not nearly as bad as I thought they were going to be. I obviously didn't predict that Phillip Rivers would come out of retirement, but I had them going 3-14. I just actually checked this division not too long ago. I had them going 3-14. They were not nearly as bad.
I don't believe you guys one bit. I do not believe Anthony Richardson is a good quarterback. I don't believe Daniel Jones is any better, to be honest with you. I think Michael Pittman's super overrated. I think Josh Downs is a very good receiver, probably the number 1 receiver on that team. I think your offensive line has some potential. I don't think your defense is very good. I'm just going through the list of things that your team has wrong with them. The only really upside about this team right now is Jonathan Taylor. That's what I can really say about your guys' team. Sorry.
Yep, Jonathan Taylor had 18 touchdowns this season.
You guys are a mess. Now coming into third place, we got the Tennessee Titans, and if Cam Ward turns out, you guys are gonna be way better. But just I hate the position that Cam Ward was just put in. Grandfather Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett. Chickasimo Okonkwo is your tight end. That's terrible. And
yet Calvin Ridley and Tyler Lockett didn't even finish out the year with the Titans. But hey, that's not here or there.
Well, Tony Pollard, he's a stud. Tajay Spears, he could be a stud. I don't really like this offensive line very much. Lloyd Cushenberry's pretty good. You guys just added Kevin Zeitler. I thought that's a pretty good addition. Jeff Simmons is a stud on defense. Amani Hooker, you got a solid safety duo. This team really depends on
And then that noise you could hear is just me just scratching on my desk.
Titans need Cam Ward to be
time.
good. They really do. Because if Cam Ward ends up to be a flop, then the Titans are cooked for the next 20 years, and they got to start all over again. I hope that's not the case, but I'm predicting.
Oh, it won't be the case. Cam Ward is going to be an elite quarterback, but just you got to get more help than Chimera DK.
You guys to finish third for now. You guys could make a splash. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is where I have you guys for now. Now, coming in second place, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, I've always...
Nope. Jacksonville Duval is actually... 13-4. Trevor Lawrence played like an MVP candidate. Liam Cohen is my pick. If you watch my podcast, Liam Cohen is my pick to win Coach of the Year. Insane offense with their two weapons being Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington. Like, come on now. Stop playing with the Jaguars.
He's been a believer of Trevor Lawrence. I do really think Liam Cohen is going to come in and make a serious impact on that offense. Same impact he made on the Buccaneers.
Hey, I was right about something. There we go.
They got a decent pass rush. Trayvon Walker's starting to come into his own. Josh Hines-Allen is always going to be a stud. Foyesadio Lucan, Devin Lloyd, Andre Cisco. You got some talent on defense. Brian Thomas Jr., unbelievable receiver. Travis Hunter, they finally got their two-way player. Now they just need to not screw it up. I don't like the fact that he's playing both positions because he's more of an injury risk. It just, again, much like what I said about the Titans.
And what do you think happened?
It really depends on can Trevor.
What do you think happened to Travis Hunter? What do you think happened? I'll give you a sec. Yeah, if you get it locked in.
Finally reach that next level and be the franchise quarterback that we all know he can be. Which means in first place, obviously, I got the Houston Texans. Texans, again, like I said about the Ravens, they're going to be holding down this division for a while. I can tell you that unless the Jaguars really develop. But my one knock on this team is just how bad their offensive line is. Like, I can't believe it.
All right, I will say this about the Texans' offensive line. It was better than 2024. I will say that. But it still wasn't great. Still needs a lot of help. I mean, that's another thing. They had no running back. I don't know how their offense can even function with literally no running back at all.
It was already bad last year, and somehow it got even worse this year. They traded Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders, and my bad. They got Cam Robinson. That does not move the needle at all whatsoever. But they did have a good draft. They got Ursary from an offensive tackle. They got the Iowa State brothers, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. Nico Collins is going to be good. They just added Nick Chubb, a solid number 2 option to Nick Chubb. C.J. Stroud did have a little bit of a sophomore slump last year, but that can be fixed. The Texans will finish first place in the AFC South. Now on to the NFC South, and the Saints are finishing last place. I don't even think they're going to win more than 3 games.
There you go. I'll finish. More than 3 games. All right, they weren't that bad. They weren't good, but they weren't that bad. Where they finished 2-15.
What are you going to do? Rely on Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shugg to carry this team in the future? Do you want to rely on Alvin Kamara, who's 30 years old? You want to rely on this terrible offensive line, this aging defense?
Okay. I don't think I heard Alvin Kamara's name once this season. I heard a lot about Audric Estime over there in New Orleans, which is concerning.
Their team, one of the oldest in the league. They're just a terrible team. They were terrible last year. They're going to be terrible again this year. We have no idea who their quarterback's going to be. I imagine Spencer Rattler. I don't know what to say about this team. All
right, Bob, let's get to the point.
Panthers are going to be a very...
Brother, let me sit you down in the stupid chair. The Panthers are I wish I could have a talk with my past self that was making this video. I was like, brother, sit down for a sec. The Panthers are going to win the division. I'll just break the news to them.
Very fun team to watch. I think we're going to see a big step up from Xavier Legette. Adam Thielen, Mr. Consistent, the offensive line that they beefed up a little bit could be...
Adam Thielen, Mr. Ghost, because I have not heard his name once.
Could give more protection to Bryce Young, Tetero and McMillan. I said I'm not too high on him, but he could prove me wrong. This running back room is surprisingly really good. Jonathan Brooks, Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle they just added. And if we can just see the Bryce Young that we saw the second half of last season, then the Panthers might be good to go, but I would give it one more year. All right, now coming in second place, I thought really hard about this one, but I went to the Falcons just because I have no idea what we're going to see from Michael Penix Jr. He could be good.
I'll tell you what we saw. An injury-prone season. That's what we saw from him. Kirko Chains, coming in, playing arguably better than Michael Penix in the year. Bijan Robinson being the best running back in the league. He's my pick for Offensive Player of the Year. Kyle Pitts actually had a good season. Drake London was a dog, even though he got hurt a lot this year. But just they couldn't piece it together. And James Pierce Jr. is a top 3 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I predicted Jalen Walker. I think I don't know, but James Pierce is a dog.
But he could suck to have offensive backs in the finally, Jesse Bates turn out good to go. Scratch what I said about the Falcons.
Dang, I spent a lot of time on the Falcons. Holy.
Having the best roster in this division. No, it's actually the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are an absolutely stacked team right now. Tristan Wirfs, Rashad White, Bucky Irving, Baker
Injured.
Mayfield's been unstoppable since he's gotten to the Buccaneers. Cade Otton's a great tight end. And this receiving room, man.
Injured, and you guessed it, injured. Mike Evans out for some time. Emeka Egbuka out for some time. Tez Johnson even out for some time. Jalen McMillan out for some time. Chris Godwin out for some time. There wasn't one receiver on the Buccaneers that was consistently healthy, and that was a problem.
Evans, Trey Palmer, Chris Godwin, Sterling Shepard they had last year. Emeka Egbuka. I'm sure I'm missing a couple others, but Jalen McMillan. This team right now has all the potential in the world to actually win a Super Bowl. I mean, I may not be crazy when I say they're one of the most complete teams in the NFL right now today. That's
and where did that get them? An 8-9 record. So nice, idiot.
Why I have them winning first place in the NFC South. All right, starting with the AFC East now. I got the Jets at last place. Pretty easy one here. If Justin Fields isn't healthy, the Jets are cooked for the future. Whoever is at starting quarter.
And yet, even when Justin Fields was healthy, he was actually terrible. I always said it. His parlay over-under was literally 130 yards. It doesn't get worse than that. And actually, Tyrod Taylor kind of outplayed him.
Back now after Justin Fields gets hurt. I'm going to assume that Garrett Wilson's going to get a lot of targets. Garrett Wilson, obviously a stud. The defense has never been a problem for the Jets. Still one of the best defenses in the NFL. But I don't...
Brother, let me sit you down again. Bet one of the best defenses in the NFL. Let me sit you down. Let's have a conversation. The Jets won't get a single interception this year. What? No. Bah humbug. That's crazy. A few months later, the Jets didn't get a single interception all year. That is actually diabolical. I don't even know how that is possible. This is literally one of the worst defensive teams in NFL history, and I don't even think that's a hot take.
I don't believe in this offense one bit. Maybe Mason Taylor can turn out, but just the Jets are the Jets. Now in third place, I got the Miami Dolphins.
2 for 2.
Dolphins, I just don't think they can beat good competition. They are not a bad team, but they are also not even close to the team that their fan base advertises it to be. Tua is not a good quarterback anymore. I'm sorry.
Yep, got benched. I was right about that. I'm 2 for 2 in this division already.
The guy's gotten concussed too many times. You can't physically bump your head that hard every single time for 3 times in a row and expect a different result. Tyreek Hill is going to slow down a little bit. Jalen Waddle still can hit his stride, but he regressed last year.
And well, what do you know? Tyreek Hill completely bent his leg backwards. Who would have thought?
And father Darren Waller's going to come in to be their tight end or whatever else he's doing there. I don't know. But the Dolphins are like a circle because they have no.
Funny enough, Darren Waller was actually playing like one of the best tight ends in the league, at least in fantasy football before he got hurt.
Corners, like at all. They have no corners, and the one
True.
that was supposed to be their number one corner got hurt and is out for the season. The Dolphins are cooked. Now in second place, I got the Patriots.
Shoot.
You guys, like I said in my record prediction video, you guys are about to see how much coaching matters. Mike Vrabel, again, knows the mistakes he made in Tennessee, and he is going to work as hard as he can.
I just wish I said this like while putting the Patriots at number 1. I predicted them, I think, either 9-8 or 10-7. I can't remember, but I thought the Patriots were going to be good, and nobody believed me. Nobody even believed me. And now look where we sit.
To fix those mistakes here in New England. This is the best possible move that the Patriots could have made. Drake May has a very high upside. You know, he's like a Baker Mayfield, but way more mobile. I love the addition of Stephon Diggs. That offensive line has been rebuilt. Their defense.
No, it hasn't. Will Campbell got hurt, but Drake May is still doing this. Drake, May. Drake May.
Needs a little bit of work, but I still think could be solid. Travion Henderson could take the job away from Ramondre Stevenson. I think the Patriots have all the tools that they need to be successful in the NFL. And I'm predicting them to finish second place because I think the rebuild is almost complete. Which means, obviously, coming in first place, I got the Buffalo Bills. Like, the Bills are going to win the division every single year.
Nope. Nope. Well, I didn't really realize what a cakewalk of a schedule the Patriots actually had. And the Bills just did not play as good as the Patriots. Normally 12-5 would get you a division title, but nope. Patriots had to go 14-3.
It's just going to happen. Josh Allen is going to win a Super Bowl eventually. He's going to win another MVP
this video
eventually.
sucks.
Post-appearance. Number 5 East. Has played by any means. Far the Raiders. Now, hold on.
All right, now we're on the AFC West, and the Raiders, again, something I got right.
Don't think the Raiders are going to be a bad team by any means. Far from it. I just think this division is just too strong for them to finish anything but fourth place. Their roster, outside of their offense, a couple key components in their team is really not that good. I mean, Geno Smith, he's a gun.
Why was I talking positive about the Raiders? Why? Oh my God. Geno Smith threw 19 touchdowns and 17 picks. They got the number 1 overall pick. Fernando Mendoza starts shopping for houses in Las Vegas.
Slinger, he's gonna throw some interceptions, but he's also gonna get you a ton of yards. Ashton Genty is a generational running back. I'm willing to take a gamble that he's gonna be a top 10 running back at the end of this year.
I was right about that. Most people will disagree with me, but argue with the wall.
Bowers. Just nobody expected him to be this good last year, and he's already like one of the best tight ends in the league. They're continuing to beef up that offensive line. Jacoby Myers showed serious flashes last year. Max Crosby, the leader of that defense. The Raiders have all the potential to finish above 500 this year. All right, now here's where it gets spicy. Let me know how you guys feel.
Oh my God. 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 Yeah, Broncos finished 14-3 in first place. Oh my goodness.
About this, but in third place I got the Broncos. Now hold on, I think these next 3 teams in this division are going to make the playoffs. The Broncos, what an offseason they've had. Bo Nix showed serious flashes last year. Nobody expected him to be even that good, much less finish top 5 in offensive rookie of the year voting. They got R.J. Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, 2 studs. Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims. They just added Evan Ingram. They have one of, if not the best, defenses on paper right now. They got all the tools to even
I was right about the defensive part.
go further than just a wild card. But just these next 2 teams are going to finish a little bit ahead of them. And yeah, guys, if you saw my 5 bold predictions video, like, this is the year I think the Chiefs don't win the AFC West.
All right. I thought they were going to still make the playoffs. I didn't think Patrick Mahomes was going to tear his ACL and, literally to cost them any playoff hopes that they may have had. But, man, it's just so satisfying yet so weird not seeing the Chiefs in the playoffs. It just blows my mind.
The Chiefs have been for a line collapse. Chargers, like, what is this team's weakness now? I mean, like,
their weakness is offensive line injuries. Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater were both out. Joe Alt, I feel like, was playing like the best O-line, like the best O-lineman in the league. Yeah, I mean, running backs got hurt. Omarion Hampton and Najee Harris. Ladd McConkey, didn't start popping off until like week 5. So there you go.
Justin Herbert possesses one of the best passing abilities in the NFL. Omarion Hampton, Najee Harris, a great 1-2 combo. I love the addition of Trey Harris. They added Tyler Conklin. Ladd McConkey was insane last year. Rashawn Slater is going to be out, but they're going to have to rely on Joe Alt and Mekhi Becton to lead this offensive line. Their defense is going to be great, especially their secondary. The Chargers have all of the tools to be successful. I think this is the year the Chargers finally get it done in the division. All right,
Jeez,
now the
that was
final
piercing.
division, we got the NFC East, and coming in 4th place, pretty much got the Giants. Giants have the hardest schedule in the NFL, and they don't.
That is true. They did finish last, but Jackson Dart, my man, played insane. Like, he did, and I'm giving him his props for that. Jackson Dart, I mean, he beat us at one point in the year, so there's that.
Have the roster to get by these games. Russell Wilson, I don't think is that guy anymore. I really don't. Jackson Dart could end up be good. We don't actually know for sure. Tyrone Tracy has got a bit of a fumbling problem. Cam Scatterboo could take his place. Malik Neighbors.
Yo, we have Mr. Nico Mateo in the chat. My partner for my podcast. What is up, brother?
Obviously a stud, the front 7, and the defense is beefy, but just I don't think they're trying to solve the puzzle that they've been trying to solve for the past years now, ever since Eli Manning have retired. Like, they have got to get a functioning, true number one quarterback. Now coming into 3rd place, I got the Dallas Cowboys.
Nope. Oh, Nico, you should have seen my NFC West predictions. They were awful. Yeah, Cowboys. Let's see how bad these are. Here, for short reference, here's my NFC West. Here's my NFC West predictions. Yep, Seahawks last. Here are my AFC North predictions. You got the Ravens. Poor Ravens. Poor John Harbaugh. My man's been fired. So there you go. You got the AFC South. Let's take a look here. You got the NFC South. So there's that. You got the AFC East. And then right over here, we got the AFC West. Then we got the NFC East.
Without Zach Martin there. The Cowboys are a mess right now, and I don't think they make the playoffs, much less finish higher than 3rd. Which brings us to second place. I got the Washington Commanders. If you told me like a year ago when I was making this video that the
I just gotta stop. I just gotta stop predicting NFL stuff. Like, I just have to stop predicting NFL stuff. I really do. I'm cursed. I'm literally cursed.
Commanders would finish higher than fourth place, I wouldn't have believed you. But Jaden Daniels is so unbelievable. He was unbelievable last year.
What's unbelievable about Jaden Daniels this year is the way that his elbow bent.
He's just got to avoid that sophomore slump. Brian Robinson Jr. Had the best season of his career last year. Terry McLaurin, I don't think necessarily is gone. I think he's going to get a contract. I think this is kind of like, this is your final warning. Give me a contract or I'm out of here. Deebo Samuel's been looking beefy. You know, he's been looking,
Pause?
very, overweight. Nowadays, that's mean to Tunsil because they have Kujman's in first place. I got the Philadelphia Eagles because nobody.
Hey, I
is
got something
touching
right.
the Eagles. Nobody. The roster, they have the best roster in the NFL. One of the best quarterbacks, the best running back, the best wide receiver duo, a very good tight end, the best offensive line, the best defense.
Offensive line injured. Defense was nasty. One of the worst offenses in the league.
They just have for my MVP pick, and now it's time for my MVP pick, and I'm sure you guys already know who it's gonna be. It's gonna be Jalen Hurts.
Brother, you're going back to the stupid chair. MVP. Jalen Hurts. Really. Poona Ford was a dog. Yeah, I mean, Poona Ford was a dog. He really was. That's one thing. Jalen Hurts for my MVP. Listen, he's still going to win MVP at one point, but I just don't think it's happening anytime soon. It just won't, because the guy just literally doesn't get enough passing stats.
Explained my reasoning before, and I'm sticking with it. Saquon Barkley will regress this year. I don't think we are going to be running the ball as much as we were last year. And Jalen Hurts is a good passer. Jeff Batula was literally our former pass game coach. So how can I not predict him to take a huge step up as a passer? I think he's going to have like Lamar stats from last year. But this year, I think it's going to be good enough to win him his first ever MVP. I mean, he's going to win one eventually. Come on. Now it's time for my conference championship predictions, starting
All right, here we go.
with the AFC. Will it be the Bills? Will it be the Chiefs maybe? Will it even be the Texans? Maybe even the Ravens, Chargers, Broncos? There's so many options. No, I think it's going to be the Buffalo.
They're my Super Bowl pick as of this moment.
Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen's just way too good. How can I not predict them to win it this year? They got so close last year. They played the best football they have ever played while losing a lot. I think the Bills finally put the pieces together. They finally learned from their mistakes that they made in the past, and they finally get it done going to the Super Bowl. Now it's time for my NFC. Could it be the Commanders? Could the Lions finally break through? No. I'm not trying to be a biased fan. I do wholeheartedly believe the Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl.
Nope, it'll be the Los Angeles Rams. It's just not happening. Our offense sucks.
This roster is just too good. You cannot seriously tell me that the Eagles are gonna lose. We have not seen them lose a football game since last year. It's almost been a full year since they've lost a football game, and the Eagles are just too good. I'm not trying to be a biased fan. Like I said, to our official Super Bowl 60, Buffalo Bills and Philadelphia Eagles. Can the Bills finally?
It will be the Broncos. No. Nope. Nuh-uh.
We get it done? No, dude. I do genuinely believe, unbiased on everything, that the Eagles are going to win back-to-back Super Bowls.
Nope. We will not win back-to-back Super Bowls. We won't even get out of the first round. Because I mean, Nick Sirianni's a bum. No, the Broncos are not winning it. Broncos versus Rams. No, it is the Bills versus the Rams. If Bills go up against Broncos, the Broncos will be beaten, like, badly. I can't believe Broncos. What?
This could be the most loaded roster that we've seen, like, ever. Like, this could be the best roster in the NFL history. I do think that the Bills could win it next year, but this is Jalen Hurts' time. The Eagles are going to be ruling the NFL. The Eagles actually could be the next dynasty. I'm sorry. The Eagles actually could be the next Chiefs. And I'm not saying...
Batulo's the problem? Yeah. Well, Batulo and Sirianni, they're both the problem.
that to be biased.
It's Patulo's fault for running this offense so terribly, and Sirianni's fault that he's not making any changes.
But the Eagles are your 25 to 26 Super Bowl champions once again. I will once again be a happy, happy boy. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. I see y'all guys the next time I upload. Peace out, and enjoy the rest of NFL preseason, and we got less than 30 days left of the season. Let's go.
Well, that was terrible. That was actually awful. Like, really bad. I know you're a happy, happy boy with the Eagles team right now. Oh, boy, am I. Boy, am I. I just can't win. I really can't. We'll do real quick my awards predictions from the beginning of the year. Then we're going to get out of here because I look like such an idiot right now. I look like such an idiot. Can't even, like... Alright, look at this goober. It's me! Skip the intro.
Alright, we'll go ahead and start with the Protector of the Year, which is the newest award. And if you're asking me, who I think is going to win it is none other than my guy, Jordan Mailata. This man is only...
We're off to a great start. Jordan Mailata. Bro's been awful this year. Like, legitimately, he has not been good at all. He's going to get Walter Payton Man of the Year, but just no award because he has played so bad.
Improved since he's gotten to the NFL. Last year, he didn't have a overall... He had the highest overall grade out of the tackles, and he didn't have a grade for any category under 90. We're going on to the Coach of the Year, and realistically, you could pick guys like Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, all of the new flashy coaches, but I think this year it's going to go to Mike Vrabel of the New England Patriots. I think this guy should have never been fired by...
I mean, Mike Vrabel, he could still win Coach of the Year. Honestly, if you're a Mike Vrabel guy, like, that's not even a hot take. Like, I could 100% agree with you. At the time, it was a good pick. Injuries have riddled this. Yeah, I mean, injury has had riddled this season. Except he's never really, like, come out of a game or has not played a game. Like, he's just, you know, been dealing with them. He's been playing through them, which is not smart.
By Tennessee in the first place. I mean, he's proven in Tennessee that he is a smart head coach. I mean, he made Ryan Tannehill a functionable quarterback. It's time for your comeback player of the year, and I'm very glad that the NFL reestablished this as whoever got injured that had a good season. So realistically, you can go Christian McCaffrey, you can go Dak Prescott, all those guys that got injured, but I think it's going to go to Aiden Hutchinson. I don't really think I need to do much.
All right, Aiden Hutchinson, I don't know. I think Dak and CMC had good seasons, but from a defensive standpoint, yeah, Aiden Hutchinson, I mean, is undoubtedly, from the defensive side, he would win comeback player of the year.
Explaining with this one, I mean, the guy snapped his leg fully in half. If he is able to do whatever that he was doing last year, 7 sacks in only 5 games, he will win your comeback player of the year, and he just feels kind of like a shoo-in. All right, now it's time for your rookies of the year, starting with the defense. And look, most people are expecting me to go with Abdul Carter, but I'm going to go a little bit more south. I think I'm going to go with Jalen Walker. This guy, I mean...
Yeah, right. Jalen Walker. I know bro got hurt this year, so, I mean, not a lot he could really do about that. But, man...
From what I've been hearing, he's a very smart player out of college, and he won the Dick Butkus Award for a reason. But if
Hold on, what?
if you look at their edge rushing, there are no edges in that defense besides him and the other guy that they drafted, James Pierce Jr. So a lot of
yeah, wrong Falcon. Yeah, Jalen Walker, he got hurt, and before that, he just sucked this year.
people are going to be paying attention to the Atlanta Falcons, and therefore Jalen Walker is going to get a lot of attention, and he's going to get a lot of plays, and they're going to be running a pass rush defense. So for those reasons, I think Jalen Walker is going to win your defensive rookie of the year. I mean, he won the Dick Butkus Award in college. I mean, come on. Right now it's time for your offensive rookie of the year. If you're asking me, it won't be Genty, it won't be Travis Hunter, it won't be Cam Ward. No, it'll be Tyler Warren. I think if you look at that...
Alright, that's not the craziest take. I mean, I don't think he's going to win. I think it's going to go to Tet, but... I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about... about Tyler Warren. But, I mean, if you want to go Tyler Warren, I mean, you can. I don't know how he didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Sort of offense when it comes to the Colts, it's good. The tight end is up the first numbers. All right, now it is time for your defensive player of the year. And again, a lot of...
Yeah, I mean, this was a good pick at week 10. Not now.
of options. You can go... Honestly, you can go Jared Verse. He could be a nice up-and-coming. You could go Will Anderson. You can go Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, any of the goods. But I think it's ultimately gonna come down to T.J. Watt. Listen, I know it's not sexy.
Brother, back to the stupid chair. T.J. Watt... Well, I mean, it's not crazy to think about, but I probably should have picked Myles Garrett anyway.
No, it's not. He'll never win a defensive player of the year in his career because he's just way too talented, and he only gets better with age. I think this year he finally breaks through and gets what was robbed of him. All right, now it's time for your offensive player of the year. Again, so many options. You can go Jahmyr Gibbs, you can go Derrick Henry, you can go Saquon Barkley, or you can go maybe with receivers. You can go Amon-Ra, Justin Jefferson, maybe even a quarterback. But no, I think it's going to go to the guy who just so happened to have won the Triple Crown last year, Ja'Marr Chase. I think if you look at the Bengals...
Ja'Marr Chase, Sure. I mean, he's had an elite season this year. nearly as close to the season he had his Triple Crown, but it was still great. It wasn't crazy. Nobody ever expected Garrett to do this. Yeah, nobody expected Garrett to, break the freaking sack record. But yeah, I mean, Ja'Marr Chase, it's gonna go to a receiver, but I think it should go to a running back.
Offense, I mean, like, look, Joe Burrow, Ja'Marr Chase, they play always to happen. Plus, assume that his entire he would have Ja'Marr Chase. VP, this is going to piss a lot of people off. It's just gotta happen at some point, man.
Jalen Hurts out of all players. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Next year, I think Jalen Hurts finally breaks through. But why is this the year? Why is this finally the year that Jalen Hurts will win the MVP? I'm not trying to be biased at all. But I do think that Saquon Barkley is going to get figured out. I do think that he's going to take a little bit of a step back this year. I don't think we're going to be running the ball like 25 to 30, 40, 50 times a game like we did last season. Well, I do think that there is going to be a regression from Saquon Barkley. I don't think, with Jeff Patullo, our new pass, like our...
Did I just say Jeff Patullo? What? I said Jeff Patullo. But yeah, I mean, Saquon, he had a regression, all right. Just wasn't really that big of an outburst from Jalen.
Came from being our pass game coordinator to now being our offensive coordinator. You got to assume that he's a pass game mind. So he's going to lean to Jalen Hurts a lot to pass the ball. And Jalen Hurts is an elite passer. He's the best deep.
First of all, Jeff Patullo, he didn't help us out at all. If anything, he made us worse. 2, Jalen Hurts, we learned this year, is not an elite passer. Exactly. I would rather have Jeff Patullo than Kevin Patullo. I can't win.
Ball passer. He's the most accurate deep ball passer. He's very smart. He doesn't turn the ball over. And with as good of a runner he is, I think he's going to put the stats together. I think he's going to finally...
Oh, this video sucks. Alright, guys. Well... I'm going to stop it there before I embarrass myself any further. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. Feel free to laugh at me in the comments of this stream. So, I'll see y'all guys.